Thanks for showing up today to watch my video. I'm Taylor, if you haven't been here before. Real quickly, I got something that came in the mail today, and it's just out of the wash. It's my merch. I kind of like that this has a silver background, but originally it's dark gray. But yeah, it has my logo. It's kind of small right now because it just got out of the wash. Because everything going on in washing it. So I'm gonna pause the video real quick and throw it on. Okay. So I actually think this is comfy. It's kind of actually overheating. The issue is it's not long. I ordered a 3X. I can fit an XL. So the issue with XLs, they're not long enough. So I ordered a 3X for height. But also it is 60% cotton, so I think it absorbed all the water and just shrunk in the dryer, but it should grow out oversized or over time. Yeah. But also it kind of helps me get the goal, because I want to start working out, I want to lose some weight. So it helps me get that idea. If this does not stretch out, I imagine it will. Feels pretty stretchy, but even if it doesn't, it does help me get the goal to feel comfortable wearing this sweater out in town, because that's a huge thing. I wear sweaters because I'm not comfortable wearing just shirts, but I like the sweater. I've always been a sweater person, so, but yeah, I should be receiving a phone case tomorrow with my logo, a cup, possibly tomorrow as well, or the next day, and then a sticker for my computer. Speaking of which, I went and found this company on Instagram. They're called Bones Coffee, and so they had a deal. I don't know if it's still on. I think it will be. It was $29.99 US dollars for 5 sample bags of coffee. And so I got the French toast, salted caramel, sea salted caramel mocha, mint, and one other. So I will rate them. I only had the French toast, and I actually like that artwork too. So yeah, I had the French toast, and it's pretty good. Kinda bitter, but I think that was on me. I didn't have enough sugar. But yeah, I think their coffee's nice. I'll probably be ordering some more when I'm finished. But yeah, so and then of course I will be rating them in a video probably next week. As by then I should have had at least 1 cup of each. So yeah. So by tomorrow, hopefully you do see some more merch for me to review. Right now, the sweater is comfy. I like the color. Color's nice. And the logo turned out nice too. Again, I actually like the silver. But I don't think I'll be drying this in the future. I think I'll just air dry it. But yeah, it's a nice sweater, and again, kinda nice that it's small. Gives me a goal to reach too, if that is the case. Again, I'm hoping it kind of stretches out because I mainly got 3 for the height. Alright, so for the main reason you're here, my book/movie review, I am reviewing The Silence. Let me double check who it's by. So I will be reviewing The Silence by Tim Lambden. That's the book. The movie is on Netflix. So spoilers. So I guess I'll go over the differences to start. Um, the first huge difference is the book. They're British, or yeah, they're British or English, and in the movie they're from the States. So that was a major change. But in the movie, they have a character named Glenn. They have that in the book, but in the movie they call him Uncle Glenn instead of just Glenn. Also, their grandmother they call either Nan or by her name. I forget what her name was. But that's in the book. In the movie, they call her Grandma. So there's that. Also in the movie, they made her an asthmatic, whereas in the book, she had cancer. So there's that. But also, there's one scene in the movie where in the book there was differences. Glenn flips his car. In the book, the son is actually stuck in the car as well. He's not stuck in the car, but he's in the car as it flipped. So there's that. But also, the Hush, which is, I guess you call them main villains in the movie. You actually, you don't get to see their tongues from what I remember. I just watched it. I just rewatched it while this was in the wash. And you don't see the fact they cut their tongues off, which, from my understanding, is for the fact of, well, obviously, you don't want to cut their tongues off in real life, but you could have CGI'd that. Whereas in the books, they clearly state you see their tongues were cut off. Now, one complaint I hear about the silence is they got an actress that isn't deaf. So the whole point of the book is basically the main character, one of the main characters got into a crash when she was young and lost her hearing. She still speaks normally, which I'm thinking is why they didn't get a deaf actor or actress, because you don't want, not to be rude, you don't want someone that's deaf because they don't sound like me or someone that's not deaf, in the sense of they might have a lisp or something like that. They typically don't sound, again, sorry if this is a little rude, they don't sound normal. They got an accent almost. So I think that's why they got a regular, sorry, that's why they got someone that can hear. I really am just not doing well here. But I think that's why, which makes logical sense from a casting point for about the character. Another huge difference is the dog. In the book, they kill the dog. In the movie, the dog's killed off screen. I do understand why they couldn't kill the dog on screen, or at least in the car. So in the book, basically the dad has to. So in the book, or in the book and movie, the main character has a dog and basically helps her to realize when the phone's ringing, someone's at the door, keep her feel calm, stuff like that. And basically, in the book, the dad has to take a gun and basically kill the dog. Because in this universe, I guess you can call it, there are these creatures where they basically are super attracted to sound. And I know what some people are going to say, it's The Quiet Place. The issue is, the book was written before The Quiet Place, and the movie's based off the book. So, that's my issue. I'm not relating it to A Quiet Place. In the same sense that, yes, there's a deaf character, yes, there are creatures that are super sensitive to sound. And, but the issue is, again, this book was written first. This book was out before the movie was out. So, there is that. So, in the movie, there's a line that just makes no sense to me. Basically, the mother asks the daughter, what are they calling him? So the daughter has an iPad that she keeps with her, and basically keeps it so she can keep up with the news and stuff. And so in the movie, they say they're calling them Vista? No. What are they called? Just lost it. Give me 1 second. Okay. So the line is they're calling them Best because of the way they swarm. Vispa means wasp in Spanish. Sorry, but when you call them Vest first, saying Vispa means nothing. Like, it literally has nothing to do. Whereas in the book, they call them Vispa first because of the way they swarm. And then realize they're not like wasps. They need their own name. Call them Vesp. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But that is one of my biggest, I guess, things about the movie. It just didn't make sense. Like, it was, why? Because earlier in the book, they have it where they're calling them Vespa. And then, like, I think a chapter later, they're saying they've called them Vesp. So there is that. So, it's a simple thing I just didn't like. And then a huge thing I thought they missed out on was, in the book, a guy hijacks the vehicle that has their clothes, their food, everything. In the movie, the guy that was supposed to do that got shot, so the vehicle didn't get hijacked. And so basically, in the book, the reason the vehicle got hijacked is for the mother and the father to go and steal a vehicle, basically. And the father's character is basically, he's scared, he's fearful, and all that. He's a wimp, basically. Whereas his best friend is the strong man, is caring, protective, all that. Not that he's not caring or protective, just he's not physically showing that stuff. He doesn't physically show he can be a protector. And so he went to a car dealership with his wife, and they basically stole a car in the book. And it showed a lot on his character in the sense of he was doing something that showed he was strong enough to do so. He was brave. That's the word, brave. He was brave enough to do so. They cut that out of the movie, which I didn't like. And then another thing is, in the movie, they didn't really give the younger brother the chance to show his arc, I guess you'll say, of strength. Basically, near the end of the book, they go to a hotel, and there is a vest sitting on a counter, and they need to get to some keys to get to a room. And so the sister's like, I could go around, grab some keys quickly. The issue is, what if metal bangs on metal, or I hit my boot on something? Basically that. So she's just thinking and doesn't know what to do. Then her brother stands up. They had a spear, basically a broom with the knife tape on it, and basically cuts this thing's head off. And it showed this 10-year-old boy, pretty sure he was 10 in the book, said his age at the beginning, not throughout the book. This 10-year-old boy had to grow up so quickly, because he's going through the apocalypse. He's got to survive. And, yeah, it's just something didn't expect out of him at the beginning, whereas near the end he's shown he is strong, he can do this. Basically, he's like, yeah, I got this. So character building is a huge in the book, whereas in the movie, not so much. There was character building for the dad, character building for the grandmother, and character building for the main character. There wasn't much character building for the rest, and I thought the Hush wasn't in it a whole lot, which was kind of disappointing, but at the same time, what are you gonna do? It's a movie. You got an 11-hour read stuck into 1 hour and 30 minutes. Also, how they find the Vesp. In the book, it was so cool. It was this live action thing. You have it live stream into the world on news, and they have miners going down, and boom, you don't know what happened. And then when it comes back to it, it's still live streaming, but everyone's dead. Yeah, you have a piece of human just on some string. So it was just, that would have been nice to see in the movie, whereas the movie's opening is when they introduce it, whereas in the book it was like a chapter, midway through the first chapter. So what would have been the first 10 minutes of the movie. And also the character Glenn was introduced at the very beginning, whereas in the book he was introduced like 3-4 chapters in. He wasn't introduced as the uncle or the best friend. He was introduced as a buddy that turned out to be a best friend. So there was that huge difference, and so overall I'd have to go with the book. And another nice thing, I brought this up last book review, multiple people reading. Loved it. It was nice because you hear the dad's side and the daughter's side, and they had different people reading for them, so you hear different emotions in the actress and the actor doing this, and it was just a nice clash. It wasn't something that, how do I put this? It wasn't one person. It gave you multiple views, and I find with one person you get one view. It doesn't matter what the story's about, you get one view. Whereas with two, you get both the views. Because you get they're doing their own thing. So, that was a nice bonus. I definitely loved that part. But yeah, I'd have to go with the book over the movie. I saw the movie first. I didn't even realize it was based off a book until I want to say a month after the movie came out. So I was one of those people like, it's based off A Quiet Place. No. I found it was based off a book that was made in 2015. And it was definitely a good book. I do recommend it, audiobook wise, myself. If you have a chance to read it, read it. But I have a hard time reading, so audiobook's the way to go. And so overall, I would rate the book, I want to say 7 or 8 out of 10. Movie, after knowing what the book is like, I'd give it a 5 or 6. It was still a good movie. Introduced me to the book, so I gotta give it that bonus. But overall, I do gotta say the book was better. So I'm thinking next week I'll do a Percy Jackson, just because I do not have all of Heroes of Olympus on audiobook yet. I mean, I have the physical book of Heroes of Olympus. The issue, again, I can't read, and for me to read these in a week would just kill me. I do have the audiobook of Lost Hero and Son of Neptune. I just don't have Mark of Athena, House of Hades, or Flood of Olympus. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll get them at some point, but next week I think I'm doing Percy Jackson. And then if I can get to the Heroes of Olympus books, the issue is I'm short for cash. So there's that. I just can't afford it in the sense of it's in this time of everything. I'm sure I can get my coworker to download them for me, but we'll have to see. Just right now, I can't afford them. They're like $20 per book, so that's $60 I gotta take out of my pocket to do so. So I mean, me doing it over time, it's not as bad, but me for just to do it for YouTube is not a valid chance for me spending money, I guess. So I think I'll do Percy Jackson next week. We'll see. Another book series I do want to do eventually, when the audiobook comes out, would be Trials of Apollo. Definitely was an interesting book series. I do want to read that or listen to that last book. When I say read, I mean listen. Just let you know. I definitely want to listen to the last book. It was very intriguing, the book series. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited for when it comes out. The only issue is that's in September. So you're looking 4 months away. 5 months away, I just realized. One thing I might go over later on, this is just some ideas right now, is the book Race to the Sun. It is a Rick Riordan Presents book. I actually liked it. I am First Nations. I'm Mohawk, so not as what the character is in the book, but it gives an idea on First Nations culture and history and myths, and that's what I like, is the myths. I'm a big fan of myths, so I guess you can kind of get that from my channel. Oh, excuse me. So I definitely will be doing that eventually, but I'm not posting anything tomorrow, and I gotta think what I can do for Thursday. Friday I'm not working because it's Good Friday. I don't think I have anything planned, because I don't think my mom wants anyone over. We might still have a family supper, but that's about it. Trying to think what else. I think that's everything. So, thank you for coming to my video. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to come back when I post another video. Have a good week, and goodbye.